Hey guys, Mika here, and I'm bringing you an excellent sounding and looking custom Kotaro tenor sized ukulele. On this ukulele, we're going to have beautiful curly koa here on the front side of the instrument, and also the back side of the instrument, nice and book match for the front and the back. And what's really cool about this ukulele aesthetically is that we have nice book match curly koa here on the front and back, but on the sides, we also have from the same set of koa, a koa sides too. But as you can see, there's more of like a kind of a golden caramel color here on the sides versus the more kind of orange, slightly darker color curly koa here on the back and then the front. So when you kind of turn it around, looking at the front, looking, turning it to the sides and then turning it to the back, it's almost like an Oreo. Either like you have a different colors on the front and back, and then you have a nice little softer color on the inside. So it's really, really cool aesthetically, because usually when you use, like let's say an all-koa instruments, usually you have all the same colors on the front, sides, and back. But this one, I really like that. It has like a more blondish kind of color here on the sides, and it's accented really nicely with tune wood here, which looks very similar to koa, but you have this nice brown tune wood here on the binding on the back and then here on the front. So it matches really nice, having that nice brown theme. And then continuing that kind of koa brown tune theme is that it's also, we have a wood purfling around the body with the pawa abalone shell here around the body, and even the same around the rosette, around the sound hole. We have Makassar ebony as the bridge. We have Gaboon ebony on the fretboard, as well as Gaboon ebony as the backplate of the headstock right there. We have a satin finish mahogany neck, and then we also have tune wood here on the button or the heel of the instrument. Really, really nice. And then along with the Gaboon ebony on the fretboard, we also have a radius fretboard here. And for me, I personally like radius fretboard because it gives you that nice little slight curvature, when you're, doing your bar chords or when you're just holding chords in general. And for me, I always like to think that like if you really like relax your hands, there's a natural curvature to this part of your whole finger. Versus like you have to kind of put tension in your hands to make your fingers straight, versus if you shake your hands and make it nice and relaxed, there's that nice curvature or natural curvature. And that's pretty much what I think the radius fretboard is trying to replicate by having a slight arch. When you're trying to make your bar chords, it just makes it slightly easier to make those bar chords or any kind of chords that you're holding on the instrument. And then to further go along with that kind of koa brown kind of theme, we also have really nice curly koa here on the headstock, and then even that KG or Kotaro Guitars and Ukulele emblem right on the top. It's also in that koa. Here on the sides, again with the more of the brown theme going on, we have one of the best tuners you can put on an ukulele, Waverly tuners. Really, really great stuff. Super easy to use, really aesthetically nice, silver and gold. The metal with the snakewood button tuners. Really, really, really nice. And again, I can't emphasize enough that I really like the brown theme going on in this instrument. So really, 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 really great stuff. And another awesome thing about this instrument is that not only is it super beautiful, I personally, I'm in love with the sound of this instrument. I played a lot of instruments in the years that I've been doing sound samples, and this is an ukulele that fits my needs and wants as a sound when it comes for me playing ukulele in my style, which is more of that kind of classical style with doing some jazz harmonies in my chords. But when I just strum a C chord, it's just so nice and warm and open and inviting. It just draws you to that sound, to the instrument. Super resonant, really nice quality tone to the sound. Whether you're just doing this kind of just using your thumb, it's just super clean using that thumb kind of jazz accompaniment kind of style of playing. Super clean. Or if you're doing more like finger style, like super clean with the when you're picking on the A string, even on the E string and the C string. Whew. Oh even hitting 10, 10, 10, and 13, super clean. Even hitting like that high C chord, super clean. You don't lose any clarity. You don't lose any kind of sound. You don't lose any kind of tone when you're getting all the way up here on the higher frets. It's so clean, and I can't stress enough how well the resonance and the sustain is. So sustain meaning like, if I pluck a note, how long does it take for it to kind of naturally decay? You know, some ukuleles that's you know, on the, you know, cheaper side or more the production side can be sometimes it's just duh, and it kind of just like falls off the cliff really fast. Versus this one, it's like you jump off the cliff, you have 3 parachutes, and you're just like slowly falling down to the ground, and it's just like so like, come on, get there, get there. So like when I play, it just takes so long for it to like naturally decay. And even when I'm playing it higher on the fretboard, like, you know, when I'm holding 0, 0, 12, and 15, and it finally died out. So I mean, that's like 5, 6 seconds. That's to me the mark of a really fantastic sounding instrument in terms of sustain and warmth and resonance. You know, whether you're playing up here, whether you're, you know, playing all the strings, it's super clean. Whether you're playing open, more like that with the top 2 strings open. It's just an extremely clean sounding instrument, and it really suits my style of playing. Even when you're strumming on this instrument, it's just so nice. It's a fantastic sounding instrument, and it plays really well. Again, with that radius fretboard, it just feels really nice to play. To quote one of my heroes growing up playing ukulele, Mr. Kimo Hussey, one of his 3 things that he likes to look for in an excellent ukulele is the playability, the looks, and then the sound, right? And to me, this ukulele checks all of them with flying colors. You have the beautiful, again, brown koa toonwood aesthetics with the, you know, the Makassar ebony, gaboon ebony. Just looks so clean, so nice, and it's just really, really just aesthetically pleasing to look at. The playability with the radius fretboard, and how this ukulele is set up too. The action is actually really low. It's on the lower side, and for someone like me who always likes the action as low as possible, because I like to tease myself and say I have girly hands and my hands will hurt if the action is too high on the ukulele, this ukulele is set up really, really nice to my liking, to my personal liking. Super nice. And then again, the sound, like I was going off about the sound, it's just, this is my cup of tea. Just so clean. Yeah, well, I can go on and on and on about how much I really like this ukulele. So let's go ahead and test this out, or go for a sound sample for this. So here we go. Let's see where this ukulele takes me. could play this all day long, on and on and on and on. But no, I don't want this sound sample to go too long. But hopefully you guys enjoyed me just kind of noodling around with this instrument. So this is what this ukulele would sound like with a bit of strumming. So first off, again, more with that kind of jazz comping, and then I'll go into some other strumming.